What is going on, guys? It has been a minute. I kind of wanted to have a heart-to-heart with you guys and kind of let you know where I've been, kind of my content going forward, and just kind of a few miscellaneous things just to kind of vent and just let you guys know my thoughts and be completely transparent and honest with you guys. So first things first, where have I been? I started a tile business with my dad, and we've been hammered, smothered, and covered in work. I wake up about 7 o'clock, leave the house at 7:30, and working pretty much till about 5-6 o'clock, and then getting home about 8 o'clock and then going to bed and doing it all over again. That's really the main reason why I have been posting a lot, is I just don't have a lot of free time anymore to make content and to play the game, to keep updated with all the meta builds and whatnot. It's not, I mean, it also is update 35 and a few other reasons, but that's the main reason. I just don't have a lot of free time anymore. For about a year, YouTube was my main source of income and, you know, how I supported myself. And then, you know, now that I started my business, that is taking up all my time and energy. So that's where I've been. Business is going great. We're covered up for at least 2 months right now. Overall, very happy, very pleased with that. Making good money. Everything's going great in that regard. I do miss streaming though. I gotta be honest. I do miss streaming quite a bit. It's sort of a time where I could just relax, hang out with you guys, play with Pink, and it would be a lot of fun. Like I kind of miss it. But then again, I don't miss the negative aspects of lag, of all of the slew of reasons why PvP sucks on console. And I was considering on going to PC, but with ZOS's direction with update 35, I really don't want to sink a whole lot of time or money into a new account. I just don't. And I don't have the free time to grind up a new account. I don't have any time, if I'm being honest. So I enjoy ESO, and I think it is one of the best games out there. I just think that it's a good, healthy break to be happening right now. At least for me personally. I know a lot of people maybe not feel the same way, especially newer players. You guys don't really know what we're talking about. But the veteran players and the people that's been around for a few years kind of know patch fatigue is definitely a big thing right now for a lot of us. And after seeing affirmation of the update of Mara's blessing, Mara's whatever that shit is, I seen that coming into update 35 untouched, and now it's getting a shadow nerf September 5th. I just can't spend the time anymore that I used to on the game. That's just all there is about it. And I miss playing games. I go and scroll through the PSN store. I go through and scroll the Steam store on PC, and there is nothing that catches my eye. There seems like to be a drought in the gaming industry as a whole, not even just for ESO, but at least for me personally as a consumer, there's nothing I want to spend time on, and I'm looking to spend time on a new game and play it, but there's just nothing that catches my eye. Nothing. Like, ESO is the best and worst game out there, and it sucks to say it, but I've tried messing with Guild Wars 2 on PC, but it's just not fun. I mean, I play it for 20 minutes and like, dude, ESO's combat is so much better. But these devs just seem to have, I don't know, accessibility issues with their game, even though it was more accessible before. It's just very nerve-wracking. And like, that's one thing I don't miss about the game is I watched Nefis's video today and him just malding and just very upset about the patch. And I don't miss that. And I don't miss that aspect whenever I would stream and I would be upset about lag or whatever the reason is about this or about that. But it's mainly because of lag on console. We just don't have good servers yet. So it just would suck. And I don't miss the aspect of making content and streaming, is just the overall just unhappiness of the state of the game currently. Even though it's probably one of the best games out there, it could do better. And a lot of the gripes, maybe it's just because we played it so long. I don't know. But I just know it's a good, healthy break right now. So for the future of the channel, I've been considering on playing Dead by Daylight. That's probably the only game I would really want to stream that I do enjoy. I like playing Killer a lot. But I'm not sure if it's something that I really want to do content on. I mean, it's a good, fun game to relax and play, but I also like to have my own time. You know, I like streaming and making content, but sometimes I like to also relax and be a normal player too. Like, I don't like to always be doing content, if that makes any sense. If you ever make content, like, and you at least do it somewhat successfully where you can actually support yourself with it, it's the dichotomy kind of changes from it just being for fun and you making some side income to, hey, this can be a really legitimate thing, but then you turn it more into a job. And that transition can be fun at first, but then it feels like you're kind of trapped in it later, where if the game's success starts to die down, your immediate audience dies down. Whether your content generation and quality of content goes up, the direct interest of the game influences your content so dramatically. You know, when there's new updates, PTS, everybody's all ecstatic, right? Everybody's like, oh, what's the new thing happening? What's the new thing changing? And then after the update comes out and everyone's like, yep, this is exactly how we expected it, people start to, you know, kind of get less interest or whatever the case is. Or you have to devote so much time to regrind a new build, try to find a build, takes 2-3 weeks. And then by the next thing you know, the PTS is up and then they're adjusting some more things. So you can never have a good solid build to really play with, other than if it doesn't get nerfed in one patch and you have something finally set up, and then you can play that through the next patch. And then that's probably going to get nerfed the patch after that. So it's just a revolving door of, hopefully a strong setup doesn't get nerfed so you can play it for at least 6 months, and then it gets completely gutted after that, and then you got to find something else, find something new. On the flip side, let's talk about the dark side of YouTube and getting trapped in a game. I think this is something that not a lot of content creators talk about because it's a very touchy subject on kind of how to describe it and navigate it. ESO, I think first things first, the community that this game has on YouTube, on Twitch, and in Discord is overall 99% positive. That's really one thing I miss is you guys and the community that we had and we had built playing ESO. But when your direct success, like I was saying, is directly tied to the game, and if you overall stop enjoying your game that you have mained and have built a community around, and ESO and gaming in general is your main source of income, you're kind of trapped where if you want to pay your bills, you have to play a game that you hate, or not, I shouldn't necessarily say hate, but are just overall not enjoying at this moment in time. And that obviously will directly impact the quality of the content that you produce on your channel, and will ultimately lead to a kind of a snowball of you know, fiery, upset aspects on stream, overall less stable mental health if you get really down there. But it's just overall, sometimes, like, there's some aspects I enjoy about making content, and there's other aspects that I don't. And that's why I've really focused on obviously having a real life job. Is it's not tied to, like, if I'm not enjoying the game for like a few months, I can take a break and I don't have to really worry about, you know, like the lights getting turned off or anything like that. It's like a reality check of, yes, content generation is fun and it can be very exhilarating, but also it can be very lonely and boring whenever you're, you know, sitting in a room recording, editing videos all day, and you're not really doing a whole lot of things other than really focusing on your content. And that's what's crazy about content creation, is an 8-minute video. Like, this video is probably taking me about 2 hours to record, and then I have to go and edit it. And if it's just a simple voiceover, that could take, you know, 4 or 5 hours, and trying to get it all correct and right. And an 8-10 minute video could take 5 hours, and that's something that not a lot of people realize, how long it actually takes to make content. But anyways, enough rambling on about that. It's just, whenever you get trapped into a game, and not a lot of people talk about it, it can be demoralizing because you're not enjoying it, and gaming is supposed to be meant to be enjoyed. And whenever you start to force content to be a job, it's not the same. It doesn't have the same allure and the same fun aspect that it once did whenever you played it just as a hobby and just posted videos for fun. So I just think that's something that I've realized after a while of making content, and something that just I wasn't really vibing with, and I just didn't want to be trapped anymore. You know, like I still enjoy ESO and still want to play it, but just the way the developers are right now, it's very frustrating, and that also piles on whenever you're trapped into a game that you're not enjoying, is it just gets worse and worse. And I think honestly, I think sometimes content creators overreact, because for just a regular player that just plays this game, they're like, ooh, light attacks got adjusted, and ooh, dots got adjusted. But whenever you're living and breathing in this game, and you're trying, and you're making money off of it, and making content, and whenever you're like looking at the game with a magnifying glass, it seems like it's the end of the world and all this and that. But in all seriousness and all reality, it's not. It just seems like that because you're so close to it. And it's just the reality of making content in general is just, that's just how it is, because it revolves around you paying your bills. And that's just a sad truth. But moving forward, I do want to still play ESO and still want to make content for it. But I think right now it's a good time for a good break. We may explore this game back around the first of the year, or in a few months to see how update 36 goes, update 37. But overall, I'm just really enjoying just being free of ESO, honestly. And not having to worry about, oh, will the gray host lag work today? Will I actually be able to play in gray host, or what's going to get nerfed? Do I want to show this build so it doesn't get nerfed so I can still play it? That sort of thing. But I still do, I miss streaming and making content the most for you guys. But I think going forward, after, if and when I do come back and can do more content, if I'm not enjoying the game, I will get off of it. I don't care if I go down to 10 viewers. I think for an overall mental health standpoint, being trapped in a game is not something you want to do for the long term. It's not worth it, because gaming in general is supposed to be meant to be fun, not meant to be a job. And if I make $0, I could care less, because I'm going to be doing the content that I want and something that I'm going to be enjoying. And if I'm not enjoying it, I'm not going to try to put on a show or anything like that. If I'm not enjoying it, not vibing with the stream, I'll just turn off the stream. That's just what I'm going to do. So yeah. Also, one other thing I wanted to talk about real quick before I kind of wrap this up was, I find this kind of funny. Zos is fixing the card game leaderboards on a hot fix. I thought that was funny. I'll post a screenshot here. But they're going to be taking on the servers August 24th to fix ranking system for the card game, Tales of Tribute. I thought that was very amusing. Like, oh, man, it just goes down a rabbit hole I really don't want to delve down to in this video, because I thought this has been a pretty healthy discussion to at least kind of maybe peel the curtain back and let you guys know what it's like to be a content creator. It's not all the glitz and glamour, at least that most people make it out to be on Instagram and all that. Sometimes it has a dark side to it. And it's just the reality of the situation. And gaming content can be fun, but it also can be, it's like every rose has its thorns. So I think that's the best way to describe it. It can be the best thing, but also can be the worst thing, especially if you wrap your entire life into it. Then that's something that I'm never going to do, or won't do again, at least, is wrap my entire life around a game and be so close to it that it actually affects me, like, in real life, where, you know, I get like kind of heated, get, you know, kind of upset. I'll never let a game do that to me again, honestly, because it's just not healthy. And games are meant to be played and have fun, not meant to be always complaining about or always this and that. And that's, I think constructive criticism is fine for the devs. And sometimes it needs to be said, and I think it needs to be an outlet for the community sometimes. But when they directly don't listen, it gets very frustrating. And if it gets you that upset, then you probably should take a break and kind of reevaluate what you hold dear. And because life's too short to be always upset about stupid things that don't even really mean anything. Like, so you turn off the game, it doesn't really matter, right? So just have fun, play games as they're meant to be played, and just kind of live life and have fun. I guess that's all I really have to say. But if you guys want me to stream Dead by Daylight, I may. If I get enough support, I may do it. If I don't, then it's perfectly fine. I'm not attached, like my direct income is not attached to my YouTube channel anymore, which is a good thing. I think being overall independent and doing gaming for fun rather than for a job, I think is something I want to do in the long run. You know, if I can have a YouTube channel and make money on it, then great. If not, then I'm just fine where I'm at, and I can live life and do whatever I want to do. That's gonna wrap it up for me for today, guys. I kind of rambled a little bit, but I think a lot of it had to be said to kind of explain where I've been and kind of my thoughts. I hope you guys have a good day. And other content creators, I guess if I do stop making content on the game, I know as of this moment, Nyce got on PC and he's going to be doing a lot of content, I do believe. Is there no one else? Seti Eddie, Kuriyuki, I don't know if he still plays. I think he does. There's a lot of people, especially on Twitch as well. Sage Toad, I know him. He's playing quite a bit. Ness, ESO, all these guys are really good. There's Sawman, there's Captain Crunch, there's Epic. There's a whole lot of other people, Vex, that I'm probably forgetting. But yeah, those guys are all pretty solid for YouTube content for ESO. But if I had to pick one person, and this is not to throw shade off on anybody else, but somebody that has similar content to me that I could suggest, it would be Nyce. Actually, sorry, his name is Nyce ESO. He's the guy that I would look forward to for builds, because he's a really good theory crafter, and that's not to throw shade on anybody else. Like I said, all of you guys are great, but Nyce has a similar content style as me, of a really in-depth theory crafting knowledge and just knows the game inside and out. And that would be the guy that I would look to if I was a newer or a person that, you know, kind of followed me. If you haven't heard of Nyce ESO, I'll link all the content creators down in the description below. You guys can check them out. But yeah, I don't want to kind of sound like this is a goodbye, but this is just kind of where I'm at right now. But I do miss you guys a lot. And hopefully, maybe we can stream over the next few weeks. I can stream a DVD or metaverse or multiverses or whatever the case is. But that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.